Hi, seniors. This is Miss Myra, your senior advisor, just sending you this video to send you good vibes. I'm also sending you this video because I acknowledge you've been getting a lot of messages from different directions, and I just figured it'd be a lot easier to hear it all um, at a time and just sort of go over any information that needs to be clarified or re-reviewed. I hope that this message finds you healthy and well, and that your families are also doing okay. I know that many of you are working really hard, not just academically, but working on the front lines. Some of you working in nursing homes, some of you working at drive-throughs, working really hard to provide for yourselves and your families during this really challenging time. And so, really appreciate your bravery and your dedication to your families and to our community. So, thank you for all that you're doing. I wanted to give you some, like I said, some updates on what you need to know in regards to senior activities. And so I'm taking advantage of this time because my twin boys, Mateo and Tomas, are finally asleep. And so hope that these next few minutes we're able to review and answer any questions that you have. So first things first, there had been a lot of back and forth between graduation, when is it happening, and so Mr. Mahoney received some feedback, and as of May 7th, after he got approval from the school committee and feedback from parents and seniors, our hope, if state officials allow, is to have a live graduation on Sunday, August 2nd at Holyoke High School North at 1 p.m. And with the hope of having other senior activities like we traditionally would. Prom would be August 3rd, which is a Monday, right after at the Wyckoff, hoping that we could also have our traditional Holyoke High School Dean Campus Class Day, which would be in your honor, and it would be with your cap and gown and shops and awards from your teachers and acknowledgement and recognition from your peers. That's hoping to tentatively occur July 30th at 10, with a senior banquet happening on the same day, July 30th, from 6 to 9. If for some reason things have to be pushed back, we're hopeful that things can happen as we plan, but we know that things are a bit uncertain right now. So we're hoping to have an August 16th graduation, and would like to also offer a senior activities week if conditions allow. Anything thereafter would be higher level discussions and with other folks, but just wanted to give you those snippets because that's really what we're all hoping for, is to give you a traditional graduation. And so I also wanted to answer any questions you had about dues. I know there's been a lot of text messages and calls and emails I've been getting around the dues that you have paid. So we've had dues paid for, some of you had paid for yearbook. The cost is $60, and thank goodness for Mr. Pedraza and all his work, and Ms. Bermudez, who worked really hard to put it together. It's really going to be a legendary yearbook for all. It was $60. Some of you paid up front, and so you should be receiving your yearbook by the first or second week of June. We'll determine how that's going to be distributed. If you paid just part of the yearbook, you would just pay the difference when you received it. And so that should not be a problem. Your money will go towards the yearbook. Cap and gown distribution, I've received a lot of messages. I know many of you want to get your hands on your cap so you can bedazzle it and make it your own so that you can wear it proudly as you should. We are hopeful to give you some more information in the next couple weeks on how we're going to distribute that, so stay tuned. Don't know information or details yet, and so want to make sure I have that information. I will send it out, or Mr. Gates will send it out. Senior trip, we would have had our senior trip yesterday, May 11th, if it weren't for the pandemic. If you did pay the $47 for High Meadow, one of two things could happen. You can be reimbursed for the $47 when we're able to connect with you, or that money could go towards your prom ticket. We're hopeful that we can have a live prom on August 3rd at the Wyckoff, and so if you would like those funds to go to paying your price of your prom ticket, that's also another possibility. I'll be connecting with folks about what they would like to do as we get a little closer to the end of the school year, but I do want to assure folks that we will be either utilizing the dues paid so that you're able to get what you paid for or get reimbursed. In addition, I wanted to clarify some confusion. I did send out an invitation today via the Remind app about a May 29th town hall from 2 to 3. It was a really great design that Mr. Pedraza put together for us. It is a virtual town hall. It is not a graduation, very much like a real town hall that we would have in the cafeteria. It's going to be a gathering of our staff, and in this case, we're inviting seniors and their families to really circle up virtually and celebrate you. We're going to be doing this via Zoom. If you don't know what Zoom is like this new video conferencing app that it feels like everybody's using to have live meetings, and so you can do pretty neat things on there. And so we're hoping to just give you space to be honored and celebrated with your loved ones. So more to come on that with some surprises in store, but it's all about you, and we want to be able to celebrate you as much as possible because we acknowledge it's really hard not to have the traditional events during the springtime. So we acknowledge it's been hard for many of you trying to process that. So we're doing the best that we can to be so creative to celebrate all that you've done because you've all come so far, and we're very proud of you. In regards to other things, just make sure you're doing what you got to do. Take care of your business. Ms. Bollier, if she were in the room right now, she'd be telling you, to do the very same thing. So I want to put in a plug with her for her. Please make sure you've set up an appointment to speak to her. She's having individual conferences with seniors to talk about post-secondary plans and additional steps that you have to take. Please connect with her and set up an appointment. Make sure that you're doing all your work in terms of your senior reflections. If you did receive a 70 or above in Q3, then all you would have to do is a reflection. I know there's some individual work for shops, but again, Ms. Bollier is the guru and expert about what you need to do. So please, 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 if you haven't done that already, drop what you're doing now and send her an email. So make sure you're doing that. And finally, if you need to get a hold of me, the Remind app is a pretty good way of reaching me. I might not reply right away because I'm sort of balancing the boys and oftentimes making a lot of calls to families from home. So another way that you can reach me is my email. I'm pretty responsive. So my email is my first name, Myra, Mayra, Rodriguez with a Z at the end at hps.holyoke.ma.us. Here to support you, here to listen. If you're feeling stressed out, please reach out for support. It's very challenging to move from one chapter to the next into young adulthood is one of those times, and I can't imagine it's probably especially hard during a time like this. So please just make sure you're connecting with folks. We care about you. We're thinking about you. So please, please, please make good choices and stay connected. I acknowledge this video is not in Spanish, so please pass along the message to your parents. Share this video to your parents. I'm hoping to update this channel more often so that you guys can access it versus having me send videos. I will be making calls to parents, whether they be bilingual or not, to clarify this. But please, I apologize it's not in Spanish, but I will be going around and calling folks who might need that information. So have a good night, make good choices, and see you soon.